What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 280. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick, as always. Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Glorious Monday. Feeling great.
Glorious Monday. It's always a glorious Monday.
Always a glorious Monday. Always look forward to Mondays. Doing the podcast, having a good time, talking video games.
Talking the games. And there's a lot of games coming. So we're going to be potentially playing a lot of stuff here in the next couple weeks. May skip out on some stuff just depending on, because these days games just get longer and longer, and it's just hard. It's hard to keep up with. But I mean, we got Silent Hill this week. We've got Hades. Is it this week or next week? Okay. So yeah, we have a lot of games to play.
Yeah, a ton of games this coming week. I know I heard you mention Hades.
Yeah. Is that this week or next week?
This week.
This week. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Silent
two
Hill
for sure games. Like I was pretty on board with Silent Hill F because Silent Hill 2 was so damn good. And that was really the first time I've really experienced anything Silent Hill related. For whatever reason, but also I think the last Silent Hill game was like Shattered Memories on the Wii, which is apparently a really good game. But that was that was the last like new Silent Hill game that we've gotten. So it's been a pretty dormant franchise. But what Bloober and Konami did last year with Silent Hill 2, I mean, it was my game of the year before I played Metaphor, and then Metaphor would have been my game of the year, but I didn't play it until after the holidays. But Silent Hill 2 is excellent. All the reviews are really, really good right now for Silent Hill F. I believe it is sitting at like an 85?
85 or 86?
Yeah, 85 right now on Metacritic, which is super awesome. I think, I mean, a game, it's always based on your own opinion and your own judgment. A reviewer may review a game and give it a 70, but you think it's like a 90. It's all about personal taste. But generally speaking, I would say anything that falls between 80 and above is usually considered a pretty darn good video game in today's standards, because there's so many different people reviewing these games now. It is crazy to look at though. Like Silksong, there's only 32 critic reviews, and Silent Hill F has 75.
Well,
so it's like,
to be fair, like no one.
I know it's a much harder
review.
That's true.
Copies of Silksong. Yeah, this one has 77 reviews on OpenCritic.
Yeah,
and an 87 average, which is incredible. Like that, I think that's even better than Silent Hill 2 remake got. So I mean, I'm super excited for Silent Hill F. Yeah. I was listening, or I was watching the Kind of Funny review earlier, and I can't remember who they had on that reviewed it, but she was giving it. I mean, I think she gave it like a 90, and was just holding in very, very high regards, and all the stuff that she was talking about. It sounds awesome. Like, the only thing lacking, I think, is maybe the combat, but I don't know, man. It sounds pretty cool. It sounds
it's got some parrying mechanics in there,
some dodge, some like slow down dodge stuff,
slow down dodge, insanity meter. Yeah, melee only, which is really cool. That sounds really up my alley. I don't when I play with a survival horror game, I don't think I need the combat to be something intricate. I just need it to be serviceable, right?
Yeah.
I think like we'll be talking about here in a second, but Cronos, I feel like the combat is pretty serviceable. It's not great, but it gets the job done.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting going from that to Silent Hill, because that's so gun focused, and then Silent Hill is going to be all melee.
Yeah. And it's all about the world, like the world building and like the environments. And sometimes I want to play a scary game and get scared.
That's what it's all about, man.
And Silent Hill 2 was like,
that was one of the scariest games.
Yeah, like she brought this up when on Kind of Funny today, and this is the exact same kind of sentiment I have when I was playing Silent Hill 2. Like when I got finished playing Silent Hill 2, I didn't feel good. I didn't feel like I had a great time. I mean, I had a good time because like I love that game, but like I don't know, it didn't like. I don't know.
It didn't sit very well. Like I can only take a couple hours max of that game at a time before I had to put it down, which is a lot different from Cronos.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start with Cronos, because I'm pretty excited to talk about this game now that I've played it a bit more. Is there anything else we should talk about?
No, I just want to briefly bring up not the greatest weekend this week. We have a couple fish, right? We have 3 fish, and they were due for like a new tank. So we got them a new tank, got them in there, and then 2 of them died. And we were kind of looking it up, and we found out that it was like a parasite that happened. Like it was, we probably should have cleaned the tank out sooner than we did. And they're goldfish too, so they're already like really dirty fish. So they ended up contracting a parasite, and it killed. Well, we didn't know it. They had it until Kellen came in. He's like, "Yeah, one of my fish are dead. We need to check on the others." And I was like, "Oh gosh." And then we tried to. We went out or we looked it up, and we kind of figured out what it was. I mean, there's only so many symptoms I guess a fish can have, and that was one of the major ones. But basically there was like this gooey stuff coming out of their gills. It was like a bunch of phlegm, but I guess the parasite got in there, and once they get into the gills, it's very hard to kind of heal them or whatever. But I like this. I literally like had my hand in the fish tank, and I was like resuscitating the goldfish, and I brought it back to life once, and it was kind of like, it was alive. It was barely kicking around. It was still breathing. But then eventually it flipped, and I was like,
oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to save them. So basically what we did, we had the new tank already set up, and they were in there for like a day. So we grabbed the old tank we had, and we basically turned it into like a hospital tank. We added like the medication that we needed to add. We put both of them in there because the other one was already dead. So we put, even though the other one was probably dead as well, we just let's just throw it in, just see what happens. Ended up not making it. The other one, maybe she's outlived the other 2. She's looking a little bit rough, but that's what they say. They'll look better, or they'll look worse before they get better. But she's still good, so we're hoping that she makes it through. But we'll see. It was not a great time.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So it's tough. And then to kind of put the cherry on top of animal issues, our husky, she's a shepherd husky, man. She's 13 years old. I mean, she's kind of outlived like her lifespan that typical dogs of this breed live. She's still doing fine, but she's deaf. She completely lost her hearing. and she's got Cushing's disease, what we found out a couple months ago. That we've got her on medication now, so she's doing better, but it's just one of those, like, I don't know, it's either gonna be that kills her or old age. I mean, she's pretty old, but she's still like kicking, like she still runs and gets the zoomies and stuff. But yeah, we started to notice, like, we would try to call her and stuff like that, and she wasn't answering. And then we would always, every time we go up into like the treat cabinet, they're all running up there, and she didn't hear us. And I was like, something's up. So we took her to the vet on yesterday and confirmed. We already knew, I mean, pretty much, but we just want to make sure it wasn't like an ear infection or something like that. But
yeah.
So, but she's still good. Like, other than just not hearing, she's still eating and all that good stuff. So
that's sad.
Just part of old age. I mean, that's what I told Kellen. I was like, our grandma has hearing aids, right? It's just kind of the old age factor, but yeah, still kind of a bummer. So not a great weekend for the animal life. I know fish are just fish, but
hey man, sad. Fish are family.
Yeah. And it was so sad. Like, I don't know, most people say, and I probably would have said the same thing, like, fish, they don't have hearts, they don't whatever, or they can't love or something like that. But like we had them, like, after I saw that the fish weren't doing good, I pulled them out and just put them in the rest of our spring water that we had, and just kind of added some tap water, which I know is not great for these types of fish, but when in Rome, I mean, you got to get them out of it. We didn't know what the situation was.
Yeah.
And with this, with the parasite that they have, it like makes them kind of lose their buoyancy. So they were like sideways, even though they were still, breathing and stuff like that. But the other fish, the female one, the one that's still alive, she would get underneath the other one and like hold him up.
Stop.
Yeah, it was fucking heartbreaking, dude. Like I've never seen a fish like that before. And I was like, man. So
that's so sad.
Yeah, it was pretty heartbreaking. So it's like now it's like I'm glad she's alive, but it's like if she doesn't die from the parasite, she's gonna die from a fucking broken heart.
Seriously, God.
And it sucks because we got Jerry. He's a fair fish, a fair goldfish. Like how often do those fish last? Never.
Like a week.
But we did the research as soon as we got it, and we made sure we take. And that's why goldfish die so easily, because you get them from the fair, you put them in a bowl, and you think they're good, but they're like super nasty fish. Yeah. So they just die of their own filth, pretty much. So they have to have like a filter and stuff like that. And then we got her, I think, the next day just to have a companion, and then we ended up getting the other fish. And they were going to be a year old in like 2 weeks. So it's like, dude, you couldn't even like crazy, like the timing of that. So, all right, enough of this somberness. Let's bring the podcast up a little bit. Well, speaking of that, I guess we'll just dive into Cronos, which is an apocalyptic,
depressing game.
I don't know how far you are into it. I think I'm a couple hours or a few hours in now. I'm currently stuck on a boss fight. I don't know if you've gotten to that point.
I'm pretty far. I'm like, I think I'm towards the end of the game.
Oh shit! Okay.
So are you in Steelworks?
I don't know. I came across that boss that is kind of not stalking you through the game, but like you see him periodically. And I'm like I think I'm up in the apartments right now is where I'm at. I'm still pretty early. Like I'm just a couple hours in.
You haven't like unlocked a tram or anything?
No tram.
Okay.
And I was curious if there was going to be some sort of fast travel, because there's doors that you clearly cannot open until you get certain items.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really fast travel. It's I don't want to spoil it, but well, kind of like
can you like warp between the save points or something like that? Is that how it works?
No.
Okay.
There's just a way for you to get to some places. That's not necessarily fast travel, but
okay.
So you're pretty early. I'm trying to think of is it that boss that's like in the apartment complex, like chases you around a bunch of rooms and you have to blow up barrels and stuff?
Yep, that one.
Yeah. Okay.
That one's tough. Like I tried it a few times and haven't been able to succeed. So I kind of put it down. It was probably like midnight, so I was done anyways. But yeah, I mean, unless it opens up a little bit more, the combat isn't super great in my opinion. There's no dodge, right? There's no, and I think like a cardinal sin for a survival horror game is if you're not going to have a dodge, at least have a 180 turn. It doesn't have that either.
It does need a 180 turn. It needs one.
So that's a little bit of a bummer. And I probably just need a little bit more time, but like the shooting aspect of it as well, just like the charge shots, sucks when you don't hit, and that happens quite often for me at least.
It's a skill issue.
I'll say I probably just need more time with the game, but and it wasn't really an issue until this boss fight, because I don't have a ton of ammo either, so I'm like scrounging for ammo right now.
Word of advice: so this doesn't apply to the red explosive barrels, like the thin cylindrical barrels.
Okay,
but for the other more round, like yellowish barrels that
I like
you
melee
can shoot
them.
to set on fire, you can just melee them
because you don't take fire damage, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you take explosive damage. So if you melee the other barrels, they will explode and will hurt you.
Okay.
But for those, you can just hit those. You can save on ammo.
Gotcha.
So that's been my strategy for boss fights, and for like when a lot of enemies are coming, you just wait for them to get close.
Okay, that's a great tip, because I can
it'll save you a lot of ammo, and then while they're stunned on fire, then that's when you hit them with the charge shots.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, like other than the combat, like I love the environments. Like I love.
Yeah.
I really like everything about this game. You know, the combat just hasn't quite clicked for me yet. But everything else is great. Like I'm even reading the freaking the like little text dialogues you get. Like I never do that in games. You get that, and then you have like the typical, voice the voice memo things you get.
Things, yeah.
Which I know BioShock kind of like created that. I'm sure they probably didn't create that, but they kind of like standardized it in video games. So I love stuff like that, just hearing like little tidbits from the lore. But yeah, everything else about this game is great. You know, we're both playing on Switch 2. It doesn't run super great, so maybe I would recommend playing it on a different system. But also, that being said, it doesn't. It's never. I'm like, oh, that's. I was like, oh, that's chugging a little bit, but it's never taken away the experience for me.
No, and I think there is some like memory leaking issues with the game, where if you have it running for too long, the performance will get worse over time. That happened to me when I was in the second major area, and I restarted the game, and that helped a lot, and that like stabilized the frame rate. It definitely runs better in dock mode than it does in handheld, but that being said, I've played the majority of this game in handheld, and I've had a fine experience.
See, I haven't touched it at all in handheld. I bought a secondary or a second Switch dock. It's like a third-party one. Works great, dude. It was like $25. It works perfectly. Which, you know, I'm always been like
a little
bit wary about Switch docks, because I remember like the early Switch days, they were bricking systems.
Yeah.
It's probably not the case anymore, but yeah, I just found one on Amazon and it had like really great reviews. So I was like, yeah, I'll try it. I still don't leave it on like overnight or whatever. I usually just keep it on there while I'm playing and I'll take it off. But it works. It works great. So really cool. But nice. No handheld for me yet. I'm sure I will try it handheld, but just been kind of lounging on the couch, just playing some video games, man.
Nice, man. Well, I've been loving this game. It's been scratching that survival horror itch.
Yes.
Before I got too far into it, I was reading a lot of discourse around the game, the difficulty and the resource management, the inventory management, all that stuff. And people were complaining about like, oh, like you explore and, you know, it's not rewarding because you're not finding things that are helping you progress. And like you find ammo and then you end up using the ammo on the way back. And that has not been my experience at all. Like every time I explore, I either find a core, which helps you upgrade your suit so it can help you expand your inventory.
Yeah.
Or you find, you know, a valuable item that you can sell for money. And like, I haven't had any problem.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, occasionally like you'll get a good item and like an enemy will come after you. But, you know, I don't sit there and waste all my ammo on it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Sometimes these reviewers just like I question their capabilities. Yeah, the skills. Like, you know, like,
and maybe it's just because you and I have played a lot of survival horror, but
maybe I don't know. Maybe like you have like a specific and I know sometimes it's good to get like a different opinion on a game that's typically out of someone's comfort zone. But maybe you give it to someone who's had pretty good experience or knowledge about these types of games, because that happens in every single game. Like you go off the beaten path and you find a valuable treasure or a weapon or whatever the case is, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to turn around and an enemy's going to come after you.
That's like survival horror game 101. It's like, you have to ambush the player with an enemy when they find a really cool item, or when they're doing when they're backtracking back to their save point or wherever. And like maybe it's just because we're used to it, but I have not had much issue with the limited inventory space. Like that's just kind of the nature of the beast. Like you prioritize increasing your inventory space early on. You increase your clip size for your handgun so you can hold more ammo and it doesn't take up your inventory space. Like that's just kind of stuff that, and then of course you have to explore because that's what gets you those upgrades. So I don't know if people just aren't exploring or if they are, and then they're like whiffing the battles that come after that and like
maybe
just causing a lot of frustration. But
it's gotta be
a lot of weird discourse about it. And I'm like, man, this is like perfect. It feels perfectly tuned. Like I leave a big battle with little to no ammo, which is awesome. Like that's what it should be. Like that's exactly how it should be in a survival horror game. Like you should barely make it by the skin of your teeth. Yeah, and that's what makes
it a rewarding feeling. You're like, holy shit, I have one shot left. Like I was about to use it on myself because I wasn't gonna make it.
Save this bullet for me.
Save this bullet for me.
But
yeah, I feel the same way from the little that I've played. Like it just I love like inventory management in these types of games, like trying to figure out like, okay, all right, especially like the core stuff. Like if you only have, you need 2 cores to upgrade something, like maybe like put the core in in your storage and
straight
and then,
storage.
So yeah, I don't know, man. It's good though. I like this game a lot.
I love it. I love the story. Like the story is pretty gripping, and I love the main character. Like the way, like the delivery of her voice, it sounds like uncanny in a way, like a little bit robotic, a little bit emotional, almost like she doesn't want to be there, and she's trying to pretty much figure out why.
And I like she's doing. I like the story because this might be a little maybe not a big reach, but like it kind of gives me Expedition 33 vibes as far as like the people coming before you are kind of paving the path a little bit. I'm not, a little bit, yeah, a little bit. So I like them coming across like the people that came before and are exploring.
For those who come after. Definitely, yeah. I mean, that might be a bit of a reach, but I can see it. I mean, it definitely gives. Well, not gives, but I feel like it was definitely. I don't want to say inspired by, but I'm going to say inspired by the pandemic.
Yeah.
In 2020, I mean, like all the notes you read, like stay inside, isolate yourself, for the greater good, that kind of stuff. And you have the people that don't want to do that. You have the people that are going against, the government or whatever is in this game. But the story is really cool. I feel like after the area you're in, it kind of like takes off. And
okay, I was gonna say there's not like a ton of like stuff going on right now story wise. But you meet other people that help further the storyline. Okay. Yeah, so I've been intrigued about the world and stuff like that. And I guess we haven't talked about like the main you're fighting grotesque humans, and like the main mechanic is you might find bodies kind of scattered around. And you have the ability to burn them, kind of like, just like in Resident Evil 1, where you can burn the bodies to guarantee that they're dead. These won't come back, but any new enemies that come into the area will absorb them and become 2 times, 3 times as powerful. It's cool, but you're not going to be able to. Because there's some areas that just have a few bodies, and like, you only get one. I think you can get an upgrade for it, but as of right now, like I can only burn one thing at a time. And you can use that for either burning bodies, or you can take the risk and use it to unlock a new path or a secret area. So there's a cool risk reward with that. But you could, if you get them in time, if you see them absorbing the enemy, if you hit them with a charge shot, like it drops it off. So like if you're quick enough, you can kind of counteract their them being able to absorb. But really, really cool, unique feature that is not, other than Resident Evil 1, I don't think I've ever seen it before. I'm sure it's been in other stuff that I just haven't played, but it's not a feature that comes up a ton in video games. I mean, other than Dead Space, like just making sure that they're dead by stomping them. Yeah, that is true. It's very obviously inspired by Dead Space. Yeah, this game it's everything that I wanted Callisto Protocol to be. Yeah. And I'm not saying that Callisto was a bad game, because I did enjoy it. Yeah. It just had some weird, like, the boss fight stuff was weird. Boss fights were trash. I liked the melee kind of mechanic, but it did get a little bit old maybe after, and maybe just because like the boss fights were not super great. And I know they kind of reworked the melee mechanic after. I wish I would have played it 2 months after it came out. Yeah, because they increased like the healing was a lot faster. They did some quality of life stuff. Things. Yeah. Which, did you ever play the DLC for that game? No. Okay. I mean, I have it, so I played it. It's pretty. I don't know if I will. I mean, yeah, it's not. I don't think it's worth. I mean, I enjoyed it, but yeah, it's not like something detrimental. And since I don't think that series is going on, I don't think it really matters. You can just YouTube it or something. But Cronos, though. Yeah, Cronos. Love this game. Yeah. I know it has a new game plus, which I'm excited about. I'm hoping to finish it
before Silent Hill F and Hades 2 come out.
Yeah.
Because Silent Hill F, I mean, another survival horror, but that's definitely a different direction. Melee focused, has dodging, it has parrying. So it's a lot more action oriented than something like Cronos is, where you have your gun, and if you miss, you're dead. Pretty much. If you miss your shots, you're dead.
Yeah, and it's got you do get this ability where you can kind of like manipulate, time and kind of like rebuild a broken bridge and stuff like that. I don't know how far does it expand even more than that a little bit later on in the game.
That specific, no, not that ability.
Okay.
There's like other mechanics that kind of go around that ability later on, but nothing too different from what you see.
Okay.
In the early game.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But like that, but similar to other survival horrors, you get new weapons, you get better weapons, you can upgrade your weapons, and
I've had the shotgun for a little bit now.
Shotgun's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the charge shot on the shotgun. It's pretty killer.
It's cool. Yeah, I like this game a lot. I'm glad I picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need something to play on your Switch too, I think it runs. I mean, it's not going to run as good, and it's not the best version of this game. And I think people need to realize that. I think we talked about it before, but any game that is going to come out on Switch to Xbox, PlayStation, the other versions are always going to be better.
With the exception of indies.
Yeah, except for indies. Yeah. But those other versions are always going to run better, but you just have the luxury of playing it handheld if and as long as the game runs decent enough, I don't really care, Yeah. It doesn't really bother me.
I mean,
so
I'm still enjoying the novelty of the Switch too, which is why I'm wanting to pick up games like Cronos on the Switch when I could easily pick it up on Xbox and play it there.
Yeah, and I think maybe I'm probably not going to do it right now, but I think whenever like Outlaws goes on sale for the first time, I might pick it up on there.
Yeah,
just because I know it runs pretty good, and I know Ubisoft is a big company, but like I want to support them on the Switch too, because if they put out quality products, quality ports, I feel like that's something that people should support.
Yeah, it'll be on sale by Black Friday. Tomorrow.
So I definitely want to play that. I've been playing the Switch 2 more than I think more so now than I did at launch. Which I know, all we really had to play at launch was Mario Kart World, and that was about it.
Not a great launch, but
yeah.
All right, Silksong.
So you've beaten the game. I'm still in the same area that I was last week. Been exploring this game like crazy. I think I'm like 30 plus hours in at this point. I've done a ton of stuff. I'm in like the Citadel area. I was telling Nick before the show that I'm pretty lost. Like in these types of games, I don't love to look up because I feel like just like a Dark Souls game or Elden Ring, like looking stuff up to me not ruins the experience, but like it's what's the phrase?
You can like diminish it a little bit.
Yeah, like I'd rather like it to flow and be kind of a natural experience more so than looking stuff up.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm probably going to look up some stuff here in the next couple of days, just because I've been getting really, really frustrated with exploring. Like I've explored like most of this area and the previous areas, and I've done a ton of side quests and stuff like that. But I want to move on. I want to see some other areas. I want to see the story continue on. And I'm stuck on this particular gauntlet, which I've already been kind of frustrated with. I feel like there's one too many gauntlets in this game, and that tend to last 1 or 2 rounds longer than they probably should have or should.
Yeah.
And I know the one that I'm in right now is like considered one of the hardest, if not the hardest in the game. So like I'm aware of that.
High Hall's Gauntlet for anyone.
Yeah.
Wondering.
So yeah, just want to see more. And the other two, like in the story where I'm at right now, like I have to find these 3 musical. Is it musical instruments? Am I saying that right? Is that what they are?
It's musical pieces.
Musical pieces.
Like,
okay.
Like songs. Yeah.
So I have no idea where the other 2. I know they're on the map labeled, but I have no idea how to get to them. And I just kind of like came across the one that I'm in now, which is what I like. I like to kind of just naturally explore.
Yeah.
But yeah, stuck on that. So getting pretty frustrated. I still hate the economy in this game. I hate the shards. Again, I know it's like very Bloodborne-esque, but when you get into these situations where you're just trying to beat a gauntlet or trying to beat a boss, you're inevitably going to run out of shards to use your tools. And then if you can't beat them with them, and then all of a sudden you have no tools to use, you're probably not going to beat it. I don't think I don't think my skills are good enough right now for me to be able to do it without having tools. And I know obviously tools are a big part of the game. But so now I'm like to the point where it's like, okay, I've got to grind. I'm grinding tools or shards. Like, do I really want to do this? So that's why I've been wanting to kind of explore in other areas. But so frustrated with the game, but it's the same frustrations that I have with other Dark Souls-esque games. That there's always that moment of time where you're just like, man, like I'm frustrated. I want to be done with this area.
Yeah, I definitely reached a similar point around right where you are, where I was bashing my head against this high halls gauntlet, and I did take a day. I did take a day, and I think I actually went and like grinded for an hour and just like got a bunch of tools, and then I let it sit, and I came back the next day, and I tried the fight again, and I beat it like the first or second try because the muscle memory had locked in while I slept, and I was able to go in and take it down. And after I did that, and after I had grinded for a bit, and I had a bunch of rosaries, and I had bought the rosary beads, so I had a bunch of rosaries like stacked up in my inventory.
And see, I feel like I have no problem getting rosary beads right now. Like I have like a bunch of the beads itself, like stored up right now.
It's the shards.
It's shards that I'm struggling with.
Yeah. And you could spend those rosary beads on shards if you wanted to.
Yeah, but then like I don't want to,
right.
I don't want to do that.
No one wants to do that. But after I got past that point, after I got past that specific area and like finished out the rest of those like the 2 quests, then I was like back on track and having a great time. Yeah.
And I know that's gonna be the case for me. Like as soon as I get past this, it's gonna open up more stuff, and I'm gonna figure out where I need to go, and then it's gonna be a good time again. But it's frustrating.
There's definitely peaks and valleys. Like I've done. I mean, I'm at like 92% completion for the game. I've done every boss possible. I've gotten most of the tools. I've gotten all the shards, or not the shards, the like the masks. It's like I've done most of.
Are you gonna try to 100% it?
I think so. I'll try to 100%. I just need to get like the rest of the tools and get a couple of other things. But I don't think I have to fight any more bosses. I think I've done all of them.
Wow.
But like even going into the next act in the game, like there are still like those peaks and valleys where you'll just have a day or two where you're playing the game. And you're like, man, like I don't feel like I'm having a great time because I'm bashing my head against this boss, or I'm bashing my head against this area. Like the bio water area that kind of sucked. Like there was that crazy run back for the boss there, and then a secret bench that you could unlock that was like in a really vague spot. And then there's like just these areas that feel like they're out to get you, and they are. And same for the bosses. Like if going into Act 3, and like even a lot of the bosses in Act 2, like the optional bosses, a lot of them felt like they had a gauntlet fight before them. Like you had to fight, 5 or 6 enemies before you could even fight the boss.
Yeah.
And then that boss would also spawn enemies during the fight. So like, it's like, man, can I get a break from like the gank enemies for 2 seconds and just mono this boss fight?
Yeah, I forgot about that. There is a lot of it's just a lot of gauntlets, a lot of really obnoxious enemies like leading up to bosses, and then it's like in just about every single boss spawns an enemy, which is super annoying.
Yeah, but that being said, like a lot of those are optional. This game is meant to be a challenge, and once I had finished the final boss of the game, I was like, man, this game's fun. This is so awesome. Yeah, like this is a generational game.
Yeah.
Definitely up there for one of my favorite games of the year. I think by the end of it, you'll have a different opinion.
I know I will. Yeah. I'm just the last couple of sessions I've done haven't been super fun.
They probably haven't been fulfilling. If you're not.
Haven't been fulfilling. I feel like I didn't get anything accomplished, which is not fun in general.
Right.
But like, I mean, like, the last judge boss fight, like I was stuck on for quite a while, and then, went to bed that night, woke up the next day, felt great, was like, you know what, let me try. And I knocked it out on my second try. Like,
it's a muscle memory.
So it's just stuff like that is super, super rewarding when you get it done. But yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah,
for sure.
I didn't know this, but you could skip that fight, actually.
The last judge fight?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, because you can. Okay, so let me ask you this: when you got past the last judge, did you go to Underworks? Did you go to the right and go through Underworks?
Yeah, I couldn't jump up. Like there's like the little like pedestals that like kind of shift. Like I don't think I could get up to there.
You can hit the one on the right side. Like you can jump up, and I think you can hit it with your needle, and it'll lower the other one.
So no, I didn't do that.
I didn't do that at first either. I did that. I did that when I was doing the courier mission, because I went up through there to take it to the Citadel.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, see, I didn't know that. But yeah,
I thought you had to go through Underworks too.
Yeah, but stuff like that is cool. Like I like when games there's secret ways to get into places.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
it's great, man. It's I think it's a generational Metroidvania. I don't know if it's my favorite one of all time. It might be, but we'll see. We'll see how things shake out. But it is hard. It is a very hard game.
Yeah, it's very, very challenging, but rewarding too.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, tell me about Skate.
Yeah. I don't love it. I played it a bit during the beta period earlier this year. Like I got into the playtesting period, and just a quick aside, I went through a whole rigmarole with my EA account because it was like, what's up, Kellen? Because my account was linked to my like old email, and I couldn't recover it, and I couldn't access EA support. Like I couldn't contact a live person, like a real person. I just had to go through all these chat bots that couldn't help me. Because I was trying to play on Xbox, and then I had to submit the request again to be a playtester for PlayStation. So I played it on PlayStation for a little bit.
Yeah.
And when I played it a few months ago, the skating is great. Like it feels fine. Like it feels like Skate 3 does. A bit floatier, not as. Actually, Skate 3 was pretty floaty too. So it feels similar to Skate 1, 2, and 3. But just all the microtransaction stuff and the live service stuff.
The exact thing we were fearful about.
Yeah,
Skate.
like it seems like they're definitely trying to like nickel and dime you on all the cosmetic stuff. And I feel like because of that, there's not as much effort being put into creating a fun player experience.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't play Skate, or I don't play Session, or what is it, Session or Skater XL. Like I don't play those games to go through a story mode or anything like that. But even with Skate, there's not really a story mode. It's all just like random challenges, and I don't think the challenges are all that great. In the narrator or whoever is narrating you along, like it's just kind of like this robotic woman talking.
Yes, it sounds like really... AI, like built. I don't know.
Feels like AI. So I really don't know what it's trying to be, because it's not trying to be like Session where you're like setting up at one spot and trying to trick over and over again, because the game isn't difficult enough to make those experiences rewarding. Like at least with Session, like it's a lot harder to land a trick than it is in Skate. So that's kind of the purpose of that game. It's like, oh, you just go up to a spot and you try a couple tricks on it for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like Skate is trying to do the same thing, but it doesn't have a difficult enough game to make that fulfilling.
Okay.
And then there's all the microtransaction stuff and like the parkour stuff, which, is cool, but it's also not necessary to the game. Like, yes, you should be able to get off your board and walk around, and maybe you could climb up walls, but I just don't know what they're trying to do to this thing. I don't know what they're trying to create.
Well, this is early access, right?
Yeah, it's early access.
Okay. Well, maybe, I mean, as long as like the skating itself is good, I feel like they could build off of that, right? Like they can
definitely
maybe create something cooler or more in depth, or I don't know, try to find its niche or something like that. So,
but like if you can't grip someone like me who's like into skateboarding, like I've been waiting for this game for a long time, and
yeah,
I played it. I've maybe played it twice since it came out in early access, and I haven't felt the need or want to go back to it. But maybe that's just because I've been playing Silksong. And
so what do you want from a skate game in 2025?
Well, I want to be able to go offline and not connect to a server every time I want to play it.
Okay.
That's like priority number one.
Well, let me be the devil's advocate. Isn't that every game now? Like even like an Elden Ring type of game, like you're still logging on to a server technically.
No, but you can play offline.
Can you not play off? Do you have to? There's always people around you when you're playing.
Yeah, you have to connect to an online server when you play.
Okay.
Because the challenges update live, like they cycle out.
Okay.
So you have to be online to play it, which means you can get disconnected, which is really annoying.
What if they scrap the online mode and just made like, hey, like you're just a skater in a cul-de-sac, and you're just learning from the very beginning, and you're going to make your way to the top, and then you box Tony Hawk at the very end.
You box Tony Hawk. See, that'd be cool.
Well, see, why would they do that? Like you started as like a teenager or something, and you just make like you're literally learning how to do like the tricks. Like, is that not?
It's like an RPG.
Yeah. Like, is that not something that would be interesting?
I think it would. I think that would be a compelling narrative to go off of. Like you're literally learning.
Like make a really, really compelling story, like that's heavily focused on story, but also has really, really great mechanics.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like a really good story, like not just I'm just a kid trying to become the best skater. Like actually have like, I don't know,
have
relationships,
drama,
relationships. Yeah. Let Naughty Dog take over skate and see what happens.
Seriously. Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith in what this game is doing.
Okay.
Maybe I need to spend more time with it and just skate around some more, but
maybe just give it time,
Yeah.
It could be, games get better over time for sure. You're talking about No Man's Sky the other week, like stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
Could
Hades
definitely turn around.
Access for a year, and people said that, not that the game was in a rough state when it launched in early access, but that there have been a lot of improvements made to it.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll be the case for Skate. But at the same time,
is it heavily like microtransactions? Like, is it jamming that stuff down your throat?
The tutorial makes you stop by the shop, and it gives you a loot box and like tries to get you.
So like, what are you buying? Like skins for your deck and trucks and stuff like that.
Different decks, apparel you can buy. Trucks, grip tape, like pretty much any. I mean,
if they're gonna microtransaction a sport, this is the one to do it in, because you can do literally every single parts of the skateboard, like literally.
Yeah, but also, do people like? I'm saying this as someone who skateboards and loves skateboarding. I don't care about the apparel that I'm wearing, or the apparel that my virtual skateboarder is wearing, or the board that they're skating on. Maybe that matters to other people. I don't know. I just feel like that's different for a game like Fortnite or Marvel Rivals, where like, oh, you're playing as this person, or you're playing with this skin.
So do you think maybe they should like put in like some collabs and just go all Fortnite about it? And then you're skateboarding around with Goku and fucking the Xenomorph or something like that. Like, hey, that's
the Xenomorph with some Adidas. I mean, that
that's the funniest shit in the
world. Wait, did you see that picture online?
Which one?
I guess it was from the filming of Alien Earth, but it's in a.
Oh yeah, he's got like the. Oh my god, yeah. Have you been keeping up with that show?
No, I need to watch more of it. I think I only
watched
like 4 episodes.
Okay, I think tomorrow's episode is the season finale.
Okay,
so I think there's only 8. But yeah, it's real good, man. Oh my god, it's real good.
Yeah, I need to catch up pretty soon.
All right, well, Skate seems like there's something there potentially. It's got a solid foundation, but exactly what we feared, I guess, from EA and
it is early access, so it gets the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But to go into early access and already push microtransactions and all that kind of stuff, you kind of see where the game is going to go. But that being said, I'll keep playing.
Yeah.
I
need to try it out.
Skate franchise. I love, Skate 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to keep playing this and see how it fares. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well let's dive over into the news. We we'll start with Silent Hill first. Since we talked about it already. It's got great reviews. I mean, it's sitting at an 85. So that's awesome. It feels like Konami is back. Yeah. They've had some pretty solid. I mean, Silent Hill 2, obviously, Metal Gear Delta, which I want to play that game. Mm-hmm. I might catch up when it goes on sale at some point. That game's got really good reviews, so it feels like they're back in the video game space. I mean, they had Metal Gear. What was that like? Survive. Yeah. So that was like the first game after Kojima left. Which is funny. They went straight back to Metal Gear and made it something very strange. But which I mean, that's not saying a lot because Metal Gear is a very strange franchise, anyways. But
even stranger.
Yeah, like it feels good that Konami's back. They've got some good franchises, so I'm glad.
They've done some good collections, like the Castlevania collection, like the DS collection was really good. GBA. I think they've done some Metal Gear collections as well for the earlier games. So like that's
the next one we need to see a good like Castlevania like 2D.
Dude, yes.
That would be
I would
sick.
love to see a new Castlevania.
Yeah.
Or I want to play Symphony of the Night. So see like a remake of that. Yeah, remake.
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome. I'm sure they're working on something Castlevania related.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I mean, it's big as like Metroidvanias have gotten like Hollow Knight specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like they can.
I mean, Bloodstained. That was kind of that Castlevania inspired game that came out.
I think that was the original creator of Castlevania.
Yeah.
The other night. I like that game. The movement felt a little bit stiff.
Oh, you played it?
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. I played it probably a few hours.
Okay.
I think it's on Game Pass or was at the time.
I have it on Switch. I just need to.
Yeah, it felt a little bit stiff to me, but
okay.
I don't know. Maybe I wasn't in the right mindset for that one.
There's a sequel coming out. Maybe that one improves on the movement.
So yeah, that was it was cool. So yeah, I would love to see a remake of that. That'd be really cool. Let's dive over into we're already in the news the news segment. But Xbox is raising the prices yet again. We had of this year, and they're doing it again for the second time. Continuing to obviously, it's not blame tariffs, but part of that
100%
pricing, and then I want to get your opinion on it. So the base model, the one that originally came out in 2020. Is now $649. It was $599 at the new price point earlier in May. Xbox Series X Digital Edition is $600. Was $549. So the two big ones have a $50 increase. The Xbox Series S, the 1 terabyte model, is $450.
Jesus.
In fucking sanity. Not a huge price increase. It was only $20, but it was previously $429.99 at the latest increase. Xbox Series S 512 gigabyte model is $400. So that has had a $100 increase since it launched back in 2020 as well, up from $379 earlier this year. And then the Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Edition, kind of the big boy, is $800. More expensive than the PS5 Pro now.
Who is buying any of these?
I want to give my thoughts about what's going on, and then I want to hear your opinion. So obviously, yes, tariffs are still an issue, obviously. Do you think that at this point, like, nobody's buying Xboxes? I would love to see their sales, but I doubt it's I doubt they're selling. I mean, they weren't selling any before, really before the increases. And I'm sorry, nobody's going to buy an Xbox Series X at $550. That's absurdity. We still don't know the price of the Xbox ROG Ally. Do you think like they just are like, fuck it, let's just increase the prices now because it'll make the ROG Ally X prices a little bit more maybe manageable, or say, hey, well, if the Xbox Series X is $650, why not just spend an extra $50 and get the ROG Ally X for $700 or whatever the price is going to be?
Right.
That could just be that may not be the thinking at all, but like other than that, like why? There's no way they're losing that much money. I don't know. It's insanity to me. These price increases. Maybe they are. I don't know.
These increases are in the U.S. only, so they are 1,000%
okay
because of the tariffs. Like, a non-disputable fact that. Okay. I don't know how much money they're losing. Like, I don't know if they could afford to not raise the prices with how expensive it is to get consoles shipped over to the US right now. Like, is this just keeping them, at like barely at a profit? Are they netting out with these at the $650 price point? But either way.
And how much are they like realistically, how much are they actually manufacturing right now and then shipping over to the US? Like I guarantee you, like they'll be sitting there at at retailers. Like, I don't know, you even look at like GameStop. Like Nintendo had all their Switch price, original Switch. I went to GameStop the other day. It's still the same price. They never went up. And I know it's MSRP, so it's like it's suggested price, but like how many retailers are going to be like, we're not buying these things from you anymore because they're not going to sell.
So I'm on Amazon right now. The Series X disc version is not even on here. There's only the Xbox Series X all digital, which is $550, and then the Xbox Series S 512 gigabyte model is $380.
Yeah.
So they've increased it to, I guess, the price increase from May, and then the new price increase will go into effect in October. But at a certain point, like you said, like the GameStops and Targets and the Walmarts and the Amazons, like they're going to have all this stock on hand that they're not selling. I don't think they're even going to sell it at those price points.
No,
no one's buying them at the current price point.
They'll probably, if it was me and I ran like a Target or a GameStop or whatever, I would maybe go ahead and just order some more at the current price, and that's it. And then you just don't order them anymore. Like that's
and if there's more demand, maybe order more, but like no point in buying a console that no one's going to buy.
Yeah, I mean, back at the beginning of the generation, or even like maybe last year, like I could make the argument that maybe Xbox is the better value right now, just because of Game Pass, and you get, and like Microsoft output of first party games has been really, really good in the last couple of years. Really, really quality games. But again, like with their games going everywhere now, I would never suggest to anyone to get an Xbox at this current time because of the prices. It's insane. Like $800, like you're more expensive than the PS5 Pro. and that had a price increase not too long ago. Like, what are we doing?
I bet that'll increase again.
Yeah.
The PS5 will increase. I mean, what is the PS5 at right now? Like the base.
I think it's still 500.
Is it still okay?
I could be wrong. No. I think it is. Maybe it is 550 because I remember GameStop having like a deal or something about trading in your stuff to get an extra.
I think it's
50.
600.
It's 600. Okay.
The slim.
That's crazy, dude.
The slim is the slim is 500 right now on Amazon, and the disc version is 600.
Okay. Yeah, that's insane.
Wow.
It's hard to suggest anybody get into gaming right now. Just
no.
Yeah. The pricing is out of control, and with Nintendo, like, I mean, I feel like at any point in time, like right now, they could say, "Hey, we've got to increase our prices of the Switch 2."
I just don't know if they'll do it before the holiday period. I feel like they would do it after this year.
That would be my like kind of gut reaction to that. But who knows? I don't know. It's crazy, and I know you and I are a little bit more old school in terms of like getting into video games and playing them like pretty much our entire lives, and we've never experienced something like this where 5 years into a system, it's $200 more expensive than it launched at. Like that is just unheard of. And I know economic times are completely different than what they were back then, and things change. But yeah, it's still crazy to to even think about.
I mean, look at the Switch One, a 7-8-year-old console getting a price increase in 2025.
Yeah,
never getting a price cut.
That's the thing too. It's like, man, if y'all would have cut the price 2 years ago, y'all might already be the number one selling. You know, like imagine like a Switch Lite being like 150, and the original Switch like 200. Like they could have sold so many. I mean, I probably would have double dipped already, you know, and gotten some Switches for everybody gets a Switch at that price. Jeez,
like Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah,
you get a Switch. I mean, I'm at the point now. I have too many consoles. I have a Series X. I have a Series S. I have a Switch Lite, Switch OLED,
part of me,
Switch.
Like I was almost going to bite the bullet on getting a Series S a few years ago, and I just never did.
Mine?
No, I'm good.
Like I'm not playing my Series X. You know, I'm barely playing Xbox right now, and that's just because the Switch 2 is out and taking up most of my gaming time. But
I think I mean, we talked about it before, but this might be my last console for Xbox.
It's sad.
And potentially PlayStation for right now. Like I know they're already in talks of PlayStation 6, and I guess the one cool thing is like it's going to be a hybrid console is what the rumors have been. That's more, and I think that's just kind of what gaming has become now. I mean, Switch it really popularized that, having those options, and obviously options are always good. So, that's a little bit more appealing to me, and maybe Xbox will do the same thing. I know they're kind of dipping in with the ROG Ally partnership. It's just too expensive, dude. Like I can't keep up, man. Like I don't even play all the games out there. You know, there's other games that I may have wanted to dabble in, like Borderlands is one of those games. Like, you know, it seems like it's better than 3 was. Kind of back to the regular formula of Borderlands. Tone down some of the comedy stuff a lot from 3. But I'm not jumping in at 70. I'm sorry. Like I'm not gonna.
No.
Like how much is Silent Hill? Is that 70?
I think so.
I'm sure it is. But
yeah, I mean,
it's tough, man. It's tough. It was already an expensive hobby before, and now it's just, man, super expensive. And Nintendo took away like our discounts for buying their games. We don't have like the gold points anymore, which is like, fuck. Like, come on, got rid of that stuff. So
they're in their cocky era.
Yeah, they're in their PS3 era right now.
Yeah, that is very evident based off of everything they've done during the Switch 2 era so far.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, you see the stats all the time. Like most people play a specific subset of games, right? Like they play their Call of Duties and their Fortnites and, FIFA, Madden.
Yeah.
And like that takes up most of the overall play time of games. And I think a reason for that is because games are so expensive now that you can't justify trying something for $70. Like you have to know
and
that it's
even
be a
like
good game.
Even if you like the game, like are you going to spend $70 on a game that's going to give you 15 hours? Or are you going to spend $70 on something like Call of Duty that's going to give you potentially hundreds and hundreds of hours? Is the other game maybe better than Call of Duty is? Maybe, probably, but you gotta think with your, if you can only get one, what are you gonna have a better? What are you gonna get more out of?
Yeah,
and I hate to do that, like the dollar per hour kind of comparison thing, but in this day and age, when the games are $70, probably going to go up to 80 at some point. Nintendo's already kind of dabbled in that. Mm-hmm. Microsoft was going to, but kind of backtracked. So we'll get there eventually. But man, like $80 video games is not. I mean, like $70 video games, I don't want to do that either. Like I feel like that's. I really felt like 60 was the sweet spot, but I can tolerate 70, but like 80, like we're almost to 100 for a video game. That's crazy.
That's nuts. Yeah, and the whole dollar per hour thing, like that is a point that a lot of people make, and for something like Cronos versus Silksong, like Cronos gives you 10 to 12 hours of gameplay for $60, whereas Silksong gave me 50 plus hours for $20. Yeah, that's an extreme case, but that is the case that a lot of people make. And that's why the budget games are doing so well, like the Expedition 33s of the world and the Split Fictions, which I think that was 50. And then the indies are doing incredible right now. And what's suffering is the AAA $70 games, the single player games, especially a $70 multiplayer game.
Yeah,
no one is going to touch a multiplayer game unless it's free to play in this day and age. So like now,
like Battlefield, like I wonder how well that's going to do.
I think that'll do well because
something new. Battlefield hasn't been there in a while.
Yeah, the beta did great.
People still buy Call of Duty every year. I mean,
yeah, it's true. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm thinking of
like we're always saying like like this Call of Duty this year isn't great. But then it like breaks another sales record or something stupid. Like it's insane how much.
Yeah, because it's the people who get one game a year and
one game a year. Yeah, you get your Maddens, you get your college football game, you get your NCAA, 2K, whatever, and then so you get like 4 games a year. And all within like. So I guess they're eating pretty good for like 4 months out of the year.
Seriously,
starts in like August with Madden, then you get college after that, and then So
I think like this year, seeing the success of all of these budget, quote unquote, budget friendly titles, that is going to, I think that is going to make some change in the industry. And these big companies like Ubisoft and EA are going to spin off side projects and make smaller games.
I mean, Ubisoft has to be like kicking themselves in the foot with Expedition 33 team. It's like, especially with it. Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, I've read that they presented this idea to them, and they're like, "No, we're not going to do it."
Yeah,
you're gonna work on Assassin's Creed. You're gonna be a Assassin's Creed studio.
And what Expedition 33 sold 4+ million copies.
Yeah,
that we know of.
Yeah,
could be more at this point. And then Silksong's probably sold 5 to 10 million. I'm trying to think.
They're going to sell even more at the Game Awards whenever they get awards and stuff like that. Like it always boosts sales.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like Silksong is a little bit different story because like no other studio can go dormant for 7 years and just make a game and then. I don't love the way they handled like Silksong release. Like, I mean, I don't mind like the 2 week like time frame of like them announcing the release date and then it comes out. That's fine with me, but like they should just let people pre-order the game and like at least and have the game downloaded and ready to go instead of like fucking up Steam and Nintendo Store and like everybody's store essentially because everybody was trying to download it. That wasn't handled super well. And
it did kind of screw over some other games that were launching that day as well.
Yeah, and I guess like to their defense is like that's not really their problem, I guess. But yeah, still it's like come on, like you couldn't give people like a little bit more time to like if you were to give them like 45 days in advance, like they have time to like okay, we're shifting our day because we have to, right? It's the GTA of the indie world essentially. Hades too. I think that game is going to be massive as well. So
I think it will.
But yeah, it's a tough time, man, for video games. But that being said, we got a lot of games to play. So
there's no shortage. That's for sure.
There is no shortage of games.
I feel like September, like the September-October timeframe is like the new November for game releases. Like everyone kind of got out of November and in the last like 5 or 10 years to get away from Call of Duty, and they've shifted to September. Yeah, and now we're seeing like
one could argue there's too much. There's too much to play. Yeah, like there's so like I'm kind of thinking about like the next 3 weeks. I'm like getting anxiety about it because I'm like, man, like what do I prioritize? Like I've still got Hollow Knight in the bank right now. I've still got Cronos in the bank. I want to play Indiana Jones DLC.
That's like far on the back burner right now.
Yeah, there's so much stuff like I want to play and stuff that's coming up that I want to play.
Pokemon's coming out.
Pokemon like that. Yeah, weeks. Like I'm getting a little bit more excited every day when that closer to release for that. So yeah, lots of stuff to play. All right, Nick. Any final thoughts before we wrap the show up?
It'll be okay. Things will be okay. I think there will be some necessary corrections that happen over the next year. I think GTA 6 might ruffle some feathers.
I just hope that video game developers and companies, publishers, they do the right thing, that if and when and hopefully fingers crossed that this tariff situation dies down and evens out essentially, hopefully they do the right thing and lower their prices again. Yeah. I get the in the moment kind of stuff. Like you have to do it as a business. Granted, one's a, $1 trillion business, but I digress. Hopefully they do the right thing and bring their prices down, Yeah. That's all we can hope for.
That's all we can hope for.
I'm going to say probably not though. And it's just going to be $80 forever going forward. And GTA 6 is going to come out in May. Yeah. It's going to be $100 game. And then
it's about with their wallets.
Nintendo's like, well, GTA 6 is $100. Zelda is at least $120. And then
and our Mario Kart World DLC is going to be another $80. So. Poo-poo. Weird time.
Yeah, it's a strange time.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. Well, we appreciate everyone watching and listening to the show. If you can review us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice, that would be greatly appreciated. And please do. We definitely enjoy the feedback, good or bad. Helps out the show. Nick, I know you lose sleep at night with that one review. So
which one?
The 45 minute. They didn't get to the top from 45 minutes in. It still keeps it up at night. Whoever that was.
Keeps me up at night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please say.
So if you were that person that left the review, leave us another one. Are we getting to the topics quick enough for you?
Are we down to 30 minutes now?
Are we down to 30? Yeah. So let us know. We really appreciate the feedback. Follow us on all our socials: Twitter, X, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. And we'll be back next week with more games to talk about.
More games.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.